Okay, I hope you don't mind that I'm sitting in front of this old ugly boring chair, but I just finished filming my menu plan. I was sitting over here doing it, and I'm too tired to get up. I've had a very busy couple of days, but I'm going to do my menu plan and grocery haul together just because yesterday I just didn't have time. I ended up having to go all the way to downtown Charlotte for my appointment. I didn't realize it was that far. I was going down the road. I mean, I knew I was heading towards town just because of the streets. And here was the skyscrapers. I'm looking over them. They're not off in the distance. They're right there. And the next thing I know, coming up on this side is Bank of America Stadium, the big NFL football stadium. I'm like, oh, we are way downtown. So I was tired and it was in the afternoon. So I had already gotten tired before I had to go and get tireder. So I ran out of time yesterday. And I was just telling you, I was going to finalize my groceries. I got Harris Teeter and Walmart. And after I make my menu and I put the groceries in there, I always go back and finalize because I end up taking some stuff out and then putting in, changing my mind on a meal or something. And I sat over here last night after I ate supper to do it, and I just fell asleep. I woke up this morning and my phone and my stylus was still in my lap, and when I stood up it hit the floor. But I was going to try to tell you real quick. I told you the other day, oh, hold on, I'm getting a dry spot. I told you the other day I would give you a little heads up on this doctor's appointment. The one yesterday was with the urologist. I have been having some incontinence problems, and turns out it was not any kind of UTI infection. I didn't know what was wrong. Something was wrong because, like, pee has a certain smell. Well, when it smells off, you're like, okay, and you knew it was nothing you ate, and it's consistently the same. You just know there's something wrong. Well, I could not put my finger on what it, reminded me of, and then the incontinence, and it got bad. Well, come to find out, no infection, so yay on that. But a lot of sugar in my urine, way too much sugar in my urine. And one is the diabetes. Two is the drug that the endocrinologist put me on to pull sugar out of my bloodstream, right? She said, wherever sugar is, water follows. So that's going to make me constantly, that urgency just now. And it'll be like, oh, you don't feel like going? I'm going anyway. Some of y'all been there. I know y'all know. No, don't nobody want to talk about it, but you know what? It's a fact of life. It happens. Things happen. And if I can tell you of my experiences, if it embarrasses me, well, it ain't going to embarrass me. But if it helps somebody else that maybe you don't understand or realize that it could be the issue that you're having too. Because, it's been ongoing, just where, you just have that overactive bladder that women get when they age. And then when we're obese, that does not help either. Well, the sugar is an issue for the overactive bladder, and it is overactive. Then she said, she must have been in the hall when I was walking down to the room. She said, and also I noticed the way you were walking. She goes, people don't realize that our backs and our back muscles have everything to do with our pelvic muscles and how we use the bathroom. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense to me. When my back shifted from the one kind of pain to the other kind of pain, it almost like correlates when the incontinence problems started really bad. So I'm like, okay, there's something I need to tell the surgeon, which he already knows I was having the issue, but to hear it from a urologist that is a cause, she said, and that is one of the questions, actually, in hindsight, thinking about it, that's one of the questions on their little paperwork. Do you have back, neck, lower back troubles. So that's part of it. Then, I don't want to say it. My coffee. Coffee stimulates whatever it does, the bladder. So she said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to stop drinking coffee. She said, I can't do it. She said, it's not my place to tell you to stop drinking coffee. But if you want to try to, because she's giving me a new medicine, that's another thing. The doctor that I'm quitting, who dropped the ball on me and just kind of pretty much, threw me aside, the one she gave me causes dementia in people over 50. So this doctor says, I don't give that to anybody over 50. She said, I have a newer one. Okay, I'll take that one. So that is for overactive bladder. Now, I will go back to the horrendous dry mouth again. Now I just have the normal dry mouth from all the medications. And this is going to be the one like last time. And when I quit taking that medicine, I won't say all the sores quit because I have 2 right now. But it was not as many. So I'm looking for that to come back because probably it was a lack of saliva and it probably bred bacteria. Who knows? I don't know. I ain't no dentist. I just know that it's kind of funny when I got off of that medicine, the big batch of sores quit. So I'm looking forward to it. But you know what? Sores, dry mouth, peeing in my pants. You make the call. I know which way I'm going. Anyway, then today I went to my new primary care physician that I'm establishing myself with. Oh my gosh. Even though my doctor that retired loved her to death, I think she had got complacent with me because with this young girl, she was a nurse practitioner. I could get in to see her quicker than I could the physician, who I'm going to see her in 3 months. So this little girl says she'll take care of me, but she wants me to establish with the doctor too, which, I want to. She was thorough and took her time. She explained to me how these medications I have are affecting my kidneys. I have stage 3 kidney disease, and there were 3 of my medications. One is a new one that past doctor just gave me. It's known to affect your kidneys. Well, I don't exactly want my kidney function to get worse, They're stable right now. So she had me, give blood, obviously. You walk in the doctor's office, you got to give them blood, which I'll show you that in a minute. So she's run I'm very tired. Run a kidney panel. And then vitamin D. I've been on vitamin D for years, right? Well, they changed me to 1 a week instead of 1 a month. 1 a week. And I always keep a list because I counted them. I've stopped taking 2, so I've still got 16 or 17 prescriptions. Now, I take way more pills because some of them are 2 and 3 times a day, but 17 different prescriptions. So I keep it on a little sheet on my computer because I can't remember that when I go to all these new doctors. And I had put out there the ones I didn't have any refills left on and the ones that were for other doctors. And she saw the vitamin D. And I said, I've been out of it for about a month because, that doctor was not doing anything for me. And she said, were you really taking it that often? I said, yeah, I've done that for quite a while. She goes, no, I'm going to check your levels. She said, because while we need it, you can get too much. She said, you don't normally take that much. So she went over, and that is the thing about when you stay within the same group. They have what's called My Chart. So anywhere you go in that healthcare system, they know what you did and everything about it. So it's a whole, I love it. I love it. I'm having to go outside to the other main healthcare system. They have the same type program, but those two don't talk to each other. So that's kind of aggravating, but yeah, I'll get through that. So she said, hold on. So she pulled back and looked and she goes, they've not checked your vitamin D levels in a year. A year. She pushed me on this high dose every week without even checking my levels. I don't know. Maybe did she know she was going to retire and she was just phoning it in? I don't like to believe that about her, but having talked to the urologist, some things I learned from her, and then this new doctor, some things I learned from her, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, maybe it was a blessing that she did retire, because I'm finding new physicians that are addressing situations that should have already been addressed. So there were 3 of those that 2 of them she was not even gonna renew until she checked my kidney function, because she didn't want me to have them if my function was not good. Then she's checking the vitamin D. Well, Jarvis, my main man, he's my ride or die phlebotomist. I love him. He went with her, and he's been gone a year. I hadn't seen him. Well, I did see him at the grocery store right when COVID started. And then the receptionist girl, she went over there too. So it was funny. I went in, and if you're not new, you're just supposed to call the number, wait in your car, and they come get you. So I checked in, had to look at the paper and give her my insurance card. And then I went to sit back in the car, and the nurse come got me. But in the meantime, when I was standing there, and I don't know if y'all have ever noticed this about me, but I kind of have a distinctive voice. Kind of when you hear it, I don't hear it, but I've been told enough. Trust me, over the years I have been told enough that when we hear you, we know it's you. So I was standing there at the window talking to that little girl, and here comes this little head popping around the corner. I said, oh, she said, I knew that was you. She said, I was just thinking about you the other day. She said, I was sitting here, I heard that voice. So she was glad to see me. I was glad to see her. It felt like home. Well, I went back to the car and sitting there and waited on the nurse and got on up in there and went around and checked my weight. And I was standing there talking to her. It was across, you couldn't see, but it was across from Jarvis's lab. I'm standing there. Here he comes out that door. He just walks up, and he was coming towards me for a hug. I said, can I hug you? He said, yeah. So he gave me a big old hug. He heard me too. He knew it was me. But she checked my height. I have lost another half an inch. Been 5'9" my whole life. Went down to 5'7", now I'm 5'6.5". I don't like it. And it's all in my back. That's what's happening. So 5'6.5" sounds so short. But I look so tall. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. So, those are my doctor things. If you are having some incontinence, I want to give you that. I want to repeat that. I'm sorry. Repeat that part. If you're having incontinence problems, go to the doctor. Don't go to the family doctor. Go to the specialist. Find you a urologist. She's a urogynecologist. Find you one of those. Go and get checked, because it could be something as simple as too much sugar. And that's something you might need to know. You might not know you have diabetes, and your incontinence is trying to say, hey, pay attention. We've got some issues going on here, and I'm letting you know by doing this little nuisance thing for you to make you pay attention and go to the doctor. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? Our bodies are funny little things like that. So any little symptom you have, don't do like I did and at first just contribute it to Well, it's just a part of aging. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Peeing in your pants is not part of aging. You could have a back trouble and don't know it. But maybe your back muscles are pinching on something down there and you don't know it. Maybe you drink too much coffee. Did I tell you she said to try to cut it in half? I told David a while ago when I come in from getting the groceries. I had been in the car, I'd been at the doctor, then I went to Harris Teeter, then I brought them home, then I went all the way over to Walmart, then I got home. I was tired and I'd been gone all morning. I said, you know what? She told me to half my coffee. I said, I'm going to make me some because I have to have it. He's like, yeah. So I have been drinking my water though. Anyway, that is today's little medical update. Take care of yourself. If you have any symptoms of any kind, go get them checked out. Go find you a specialist. Hunt you one up. And if you need to, call your family physician and just say, could you please refer me? You know, don't worry about hurting somebody's feeling in the medical field. Don't go out being a snot rag. But don't worry about hurting somebody's feeling when it comes to your health. Do what it takes to keep you healthy and to get the care that you need. And don't quit yakking about it. I got to get on up there with my surgeon's administrative assistant. I've not heard about getting my MRI, and they would have done called me. They're that quick. So I got to get up with her. Don't stop fighting for yourself. Be your own best advocate. That's some good advice for today. So now I've already filmed my menu plan and grocery haul, so we'll just zoom over to that, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, I'm just going to try to hold this today, and we're just going to go off of my working copy because I just have not had the time to sit down and make my one that goes on the fridge. First thing I did was I brought my pantry and freezer inventory over here. I went and looked in my closet and my drawer where I have seasoning mixes and marinades and things, and found one thing I want to use in there. Then I have, this is next week's menu. So as I put something on here that we were going to cook that I already had in stock, I would come over here and write it down. So like Friday, which is today, I got to get my beans going. It's going to be hobo. We have greens and pintos and fried taters and onions and cornbread, which is a little box of Jiffy. So knowing that I was going to use some stock up, I come over here and I put my greens and my Jiffy on next week's grocery list. You can see I did some changes. That's what your working copy is all about. Scratch it out. Then Saturday, going to be eat out, and I've got to make myself a note to make that apple pie oatmeal from John. I keep forgetting. I was going to make it Friday for Saturday, but I think, no, we'll have it Sunday morning. Then Sunday, we're going to have the hot dogs that I had got last week on sale, French fries, and instead of making slaw, I just figured I would just use my chow chow. And I'm just going to use that can of chili that David likes that I bought. So I just went over here, added the chili. That's the only thing I needed to add. And that is for Sunday. Now, that's only one meal. Who knows what we'll find for the rest of it. I only plan one meal. But if he's, home and not working at his mom's or something like that, we'll figure out something to eat for lunch. Monday, I've already showed you what my collab is going to be. We have a collab coming out. Crock pot sweet and sour chicken. I'm going to have that with some rice and broccoli. Thursday, I'm going to do crock pot burgers. I had burger seasoning, and I'm not going to fry them. I'm just going to make them in the crock pot with some beef broth. I made some like that last week, and they were really good, and they stayed more moist. Since they're the leaner beef, they stayed more moist, and I didn't have to tend to them. And then some box taters, because if y'all saw my groceries last week, David had been wanting him some box taters, so we're going to have us a box of taters and some lima beans. I've got to make myself a note here. Cook my navy beans and I got a 1 o'clock doctor's appointment because Wednesday we're having the crock pot baked beans, and I got to have my navy beans cooked already. And we're going to have that Kentucky ham with the beans and then green beans. So I had to put them on next week's too. And then Thursday, I thought we'll just do, they're not ideal for him to carry to work, but I wanted to use up some stuff we have. So they're easier to carry than hot dogs would be. We're going to have wings, those vegetable nests we have not gotten around to having, or those sweet potatoes we've not gotten around to have. Now, I put my order in at Harris Teeter and Walmart. That's my grocery hauls from both of there. I just put it together. I sat over here last night to go through and make sure that's exactly what I wanted and to adjust my orders, and I fell asleep. So there was a couple things I had forgotten. They will have to go pick them up. Now this is what I was thinking for my prep. I'm thinking I want chili beans for my lunch. And I have everything I need to make that, and salad, because I like to keep salad on hand all the time. And then some breakfast burritos, loaded omelet, breakfast wraps, whatever you want to call them, for breakfast. And I also want to make a variety of the mini dash waffles. Now that I got my second one, it'll go even quicker. I didn't realize I would have it, when I made this. I like to do the basic recipe, and I did it before. I made like 5 batches, and each batch had a different flavor extract in it. And then I just froze them between little sheets of wax paper. And they're easy to pop in the little air fryer oven over here. You can do it in a toaster oven. You probably could even do it in a toaster. So I want to make up a bunch of those for the freezer. I put myself a note here. I want to try my berry lemon oat pancakes. I want to try making them into a waffle. And then, of course, our apple pie crock pot oatmeal, which I can never remember if that is, in fact, the name of it. So that is what is on the plan. Oop, there we go. For this week at the Maness house. Now let's go over there and look at the groceries. Okay, so the first thing over here is what I needed to replenish my stock. And these are the only things that were on my list from last week that I used that needed to be put back this week. That is David's mayonnaise, Hellman's Light, Kraft Light, which they only had it in the squeeze bottle at Harris Teeter or Walmart's, and I don't like that because you lose half your mayonnaise, but I'll take it because I needed it. Green beans and ketchup. Then over here, these are the things that I just wanted. Some more crock pot liners. Now this is Gilbert's smoked Gouda chicken sausage and chicken bratwurst. Now I'm going to tell you, I ain't never heard of these. I was watching Jenn over at Embracing Chaos with Jenn, and she had some brand of chicken sausage she had bought. I honestly have never seen these, and when I was looking through Harris Teeter sale paper, they had these buy one get one free. These are both 3 points each. That, and like she said, they're individually vacuum sealed. That is a good sized sausage. So I was excited to try that. And if you haven't checked out Chaos, me and Joan call her Chaos Jenn because there's several Jenns around. So when we think of the word chaos, we automatically go to Jenn. She should have her picture beside the word chaos in the dictionary because that's her. Her and her chaotic life. But I think she loves every minute of it, to be honest with you. I will link her below, by the way. Then I wanted a watermelon. We needed some fruit. And the blackberries are on sale for 99 cents. And that is all. No. I wanted to try some Sprite Zero. I just got to where I can't drink any other diet drinks because they react with my mouth. And they're not good. Which they're not my favorite anyway, but now they're not even tolerable. But I thought maybe something like that. Because sometimes I just like a carbonated drink. Because I don't like the sparkling waters. I don't like those. Now what I'm going to show you is the only things I needed to go with my meals for the week. For hot dogs, all I need were buns. This, the carrots and the green pepper, the pineapple and the broccoli. Well, yeah, I guess you could say the broccoli goes with it. Is for our collab. I guess you can tell what I'm making. Our collab is coming up next week. And so be sure and look out for that. We got quite a number of us doing our favorite crock pot meal, which is perfect for kids that are going back to school when you have families, you're going back to work, get back in the office. Be on the lookout for that. I think it's September 6th. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure that is. That's not long. So I better get busy, hadn't I? And then for my hobo dinner, only thing I needed was some potatoes. So let's see. Oh, breakfast. I'm going to make some breakfast wraps. I'm just calling them loaded omelet breakfast wraps. And I thought I would have some mushrooms and spinach and bacon in them with some cheese and stuff like that. So that's it. That is it for the groceries this week. I got a pack of printer paper. That's it. So, all right. I'll see you on my next video. I just want to add these on since this is part of my grocery haul of what I'm planning out of the pantry. David has been wanting one of these Kentucky hams, so I found this one. Now, it's expensive. That was $8.53, but if you let them pick one out, since it's sold by the pound, I'm afraid they might pick out a $15 one, and we don't want a $15 one. So while I was there and I found a small one, I got it. And then bananas, and then these two chuck roasts. So this was $5.96, 2 pounds, and then that one's a little over a pound for $3.53. I figured that one's small enough for me and him to make like some taquitos in the crock pot. And then this would be good just as a roast with some potatoes and carrots and things. So I just wanted to add that part that I got from Food Line when I was getting my pumpkin spice